and have part of those funds flow to the IMF to be used to back up the special drawing right, SDR, that they would like to use as a world trade currency. And in the IMF rules it says that no nation in the IMF as a participant can back their currency with gold. Most people don't know that. So there'll be no backing on the SDR. And I think it's going to be a failure, like every other fiat currency has, if in fact they get it put into place. And I don't think it'll last very long at all. SDR has been around since '65, and they used it in '68 and '69. It was a disaster. And so I think it'll be the same thing again this time. And they're just looking for something to replace the dollar, because they don't know what to do because the euro's dead. And it's their own fault, because they should have never tried to do what they have done with the euro, because it was just anything they could have done wrong, they did it. And the worst was one interest rate fits all. So I believe that their chickens are coming home to roost for them. And so I think all the countries in Europe will in time go back to the original currency that they had in the first place. And Germany would like that because they're super competitive. And the rest of the countries are not going to fare as well. But they wouldn't have anyway, because they don't have the, I don't know what the right word for it is, but they don't have the stick-to-itness that they need to make that make their currency in their countries run as well as Germany's does. And they were perpetually complaining that the Germans' productivity continued to climb, and at the same time they would save their money, and they would not incur debt. They never had a real estate boom, and they wouldn't spend money on things like, you make shoes in Italy and you ship them to Germany and people weren't buying them, that sort of thing. And the other nations were mad at them for being too conservative or running their economy properly. And so, it was a whole unnatural agglomeration of people, of countries. That amalgamation was doomed to failure from its very beginning. And I wrote about that. And I'm one of the few writers in the world who said that. And it's unfortunately turned out I was right, and it ended up that way. So I think that the euro's time has come and gone, and that'll end the European Union. And I think it'll end the World Trade Organization and NAFTA and CAFTA, because I think the nations are going to go to tariffs. And it's the only fair way to level the playing field, not only from a goods production cost point of view, but also from a monetary point of view, because every one of these countries have been rigging their currencies versus the dollar. Very, very, very unfair. And it's got to stop. I mean, we have to have a fair chance. We've lost 8 million jobs in 11 years to free trade, globalization, offshoring, and outsourcing. And that's not right. And then we just lost, in the past almost 3 years, just a month or so shy, we've lost another 5.3 million in the recession depression. And we've got 10 million people who are working involuntarily part-time. And that's 34.1 hours per week. And so we're in a shambles. I mean, all of the bad things that could have happened to our economy have happened. And the same thing's going to happen in Europe, or has been, as well. Are you guys back up yet?
Yeah, we're back up. We're just sitting here waiting for, listening to you, and I hope we've got a better connection.
Well, you're not cutting out anymore, so give me some questions.
We got several here. One is, please ask Mr. Chapman about the prices that on the market, as well as the food prices and goods prices like clothes, etc., about to skyrocket. I've been told that the Chinese will soon make their money more expensive. Can Mr. Chapman explain?
The answer is maybe. I'll believe it when I see it. They get 30 million unemployed. They get super-duper problems. They get a bubble in the real estate industry. Their stock market has just fallen 23%. Maybe they will strengthen the yuan. Quite frankly, I don't think so.
And Mr. Chapman, the SEC fined Goldman Sachs $500 million. Why is it not from $50 billion to $100 billion? Why isn't anyone in prison? Can you explain why none of these shysters are in prison?
Yeah, because they're all connected. They're all illuminists. And I predicted everything you're saying. I thought they'd fine them $1 billion, but it's only $500 million, which to them is chump change. They've stolen, I don't know, maybe $300-400 billion. It's unbelievable what's going on. And so the listener is correct. They're a bunch of shyster crooks.
Understood. I heard Mr. Chapman on another show earlier this week called the Three Amigos Show, and he was cut off. The two co-hosts talked about gold and silver stock. Bob's co-host from South America said that buying gold and silver stocks is nothing. It's more like gambling, but a little better chance than Las Vegas. What does Mr. Chapman think about this? And if he agrees, can I sell mine tomorrow?
Well, first of all, I disagree. And I've been involved in gold and silver shares for over 50 years. And the stocks that I recommend are blue chips. There are two speculations. During a deflationary depression from 1929 to 1936, homestake mining, which is now part of Barrick Gold, went from $30 a share to $636 a share. From 1978 to 1981, the average gold-silver stock went from 40 times gains, 40 times, that's 40, what gold bullion did in an inflationary environment. So gold and silver stocks have been the best investment in gold and silver by far in the 2 times that we've been able to buy them in the last 70, 80 years.
And Mr. Chapman, where is the best place to buy the gold stocks that you're referring to?
All they have to do is email me, and I'll give them brokers that with low commissions and years of experience. And the email address is Bob, B-O-B, at INTFORECASTER.com.
Mr. Chapman, I'm not going to tell you what my rank is, but obviously I'm not of the upper class. What is the lowest amount of gold share stock I can buy at any price, around $1,000 or maybe $2,000? Can that be invested in your shares?
I would shoot for $2,000 to $3,000, and I can get you a broker who'll open an account for you because I'll tell them to do it.
Okay. All right, guys, you got that.
And you can designate whether you want a better quality stock or whether you want to speculate.
All right.
All you have to do is email me.
All right. Some of these guys are going to email you, Bob at INT Forecaster, FORECASTER.com. It's in the chat room for you guys in the Marine Corps chat room. It's right there spelled out for you. It's also on the website, on the news and views. You can pick it up there. Let's see, going to forward, let's see, what is the best gold mining stock? We just asked that question. Should we buy collectors type gold, silver coins, or just concentrate on the weight of the coin if we are to barter in the future?